the anterior posterior hip tilt. This will really work on disassociation, bringing awareness to our low back and hip region. To start the anterior posterior hip tilt, you'll be on your back. Feet will be planted for this one, knees stacked about over your ankles. So from here, you're going to think about your hips as a bucket of water. So your pelvis is a bucket of water, and you're going to try to dump that bucket of water on you. Just tip it onto your stomach. So you're just going to pour a little water onto your stomach, if that makes sense. What I'm doing here is tipping my hips forward as I lengthen my tailbone away from me. So I'm not trying to get a huge compressive force. I'm not trying to really turn my hips upside down onto my stomach. I'm just trying to tilt it slightly forward as I reach my hips away from me. This is going to, without bringing your hips into extension, it's going to begin to tone your glute. So I can feel my glute tone just by the thought of reaching my butt towards that wall and simultaneously keeping my low abs turned on. If you have a belt, you can see that your belt line will change direction as you pull into a posterior tilt. It'll slightly tilt forward. And then as you go into your anterior tilt, you're going to overly do it so that you get a big gap here. So if you reach your hand through, you can even see my hand from the other side. So we're going to overdo it so that we know what it feels like to come through neutral, and then we'll overdo a little bit of a posterior tilt so we can feel that engagement and go back and forth. Now, this isn't meant to get you as much mobility as possible. Most people are pretty mobile or pretty flexible here. We're trying to get a little bit more awareness of these muscle groups, okay? Now, people say that you're not supposed to get your back flat. My point isn't to have you walk around with a flat back. I want to see that you can do these things because the body is meant to go through many different ranges of motion. There is no one posture that it should always be in.